Hey guys, what's up?
Or shall I say somebody's, being that's what y'all picked in the poll.
I know it's been a long time since I've been able to make a video, but I really appreciate you guys hanging around waiting for me to make something else. There's been a lot of things going on and I really don't have a whole lot of time to make a video, but I'll try to make at least one a week. I could probably do that. I mean, I may work Monday through Friday, but even this weekend I had to cut grass and I still have enough time to film this. There is kind of a technical change that I'm going to make to the Joe Somebody Show. In the old show, I would turn on the camera, I would talk about the news a little bit, kind of make fun of it, and we had a good time, but I think what I'm wanting to do now is maybe just talk about whatever. Talk about life, talk about what's going on. And like usual, I'm open to suggestions. So if you've got something that you'd like to see the Joe Somebody Show do, then maybe send me an email or comment or a video response or something. And there has been some changes since the last time I made a video. I mean, I got married, found out that my wife is pregnant. That was fast. And I've been working on redesigning my office, so it's kind of more comfortable in here. Maybe I'll want to spend more time in here. The lighting's not that great in here, and I may paint the walls because it's a little boring still, but it's interesting. Maybe in a video coming up soon, I'll video around and kind of let you see the office so far. For those of you that are avid YouTubers and know what Playlist Live is, I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to go to that. We went on a 5-day cruise to the Bahamas, so we were actually in Florida, or driving back from Jacksonville, Florida, about the time that was taking place down in Orlando, but just couldn't swing doing the cruise and going to Playlist Live, but I wish I could have went to that. A lot of the big YouTubers went. There was some great footage. Shira Lazar and the Partners Project did some shows, did some interviews while they were there. It's pretty interesting stuff. So maybe I'll get to go to VidCon or the next Playlist Live or some big YouTube gathering. I've never actually been to one and I'd like to do that. It's kind of funny because when I first started thinking about the new direction I wanted the show to go in, I had like a million ideas of things that, you know, we could do. None of them seemed to be a very good idea. I kind of landed on the idea of just talking about whatever. You guys can talk to me, ask me questions, and I'll try to answer them with a semi-educated, possibly sarcastic answer, and then I'll just kind of ramble about the things that are going on in my life and you know, maybe start a discussion about things. I'm just rambling right now. So in the spirit of the new direction of the show, I think I'm going to talk about whatever comes to mind.
So I'm sorry if it's boring.
So in today's video, I think I'm going to talk about something that hits kind of close to home. I'm going to talk about the rut. Now you may not know what I mean by that, but let me explain. The rut is when you kind of fall into a groove of doing the same thing every day. It's not that you're bored with it, it's not that you don't like it, it's just the fact that you do the same thing every day. And the reason that hits close to home to me is it's one of the reasons why I almost stopped doing the Joe Somebody Show. Once you get into the habit of doing the same thing every single day, getting up, going to work, coming home, eating dinner, watching TV, going to bed, you know what I'm talking about. The rat race, the everyday grind. It can kind of take its toll on a person. Now granted, I just went on vacation, which was excellent. We had a wonderful time. But when I got back, I fell right back into the same get up, go to work type situation. And with my job, I go to a customer and then I leave and go to another customer and then I leave and go to another customer. So I do get to see different people and different things throughout the day, but it still kind of gets monotonous. Now, you mix that into the fact that you're having some car trouble and it hadn't stopped raining for about 7 days straight, and you end up pretty much in a rut. My point being is, I guess some people get into that rut and it just gets worse and worse and worse. They get a little bit depressed and they realize that that's life, you know, that's not necessarily all that life has to offer, but, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. I guess what I did was try to look on the positive side of things. At that point I had already stopped doing the show, at least temporarily, and I would run into people that said, hey, you know, what happened to the show? I used to watch it. It really got me thinking. A couple people in particular had told me that I had inspired their children to start a YouTube channel, and I thought, wow, you know, at that point I had about 130 subscribers on my channel. I was working hard and putting in the time, but I wasn't really going anywhere, but I was just shocked that I had inspired somebody else to start doing their own channel and their own show. But I thought of things in a positive light like that. You know, I inspired somebody. I really enjoyed doing the show. I enjoyed the editing and putting something out there and trying to get people's responses from it. It's a thrill for me. You film something, you put a little time into it, editing it, you throw it up there on the internet, and then you almost just want to refresh the page just over and over and over to see if people are watching it, people are commenting on it. So I did miss that, and I thought, well, that was a very positive thing, because even though I seemed like I was stressed and didn't have enough time, to do the show then, I was doing something. So once I stopped doing the show, that kind of helped me get into the rut because I didn't have this extracurricular activity to do. I just went to work and came home and ate and so on and so forth. So again, that's why I'm going to try to do my show more, but that's one of the positive things that helped me come out of my situation. And I went back and thought about it. You know, I didn't pay much for my car. It was a police car up until a couple of years ago, so it's been, you know, abused, but it's lasted me. I've got my money's worth out of it. If it died today, Lord forbid, I got my money's worth out of the car. So can't complain about that. All I can do is try to maintain it. I'm going to take it and have it looked at to see if somebody can tell me more about what's going on with it. I had to look at that in a positive light as well. I have a car. I'm able to go and do my job and bring home money for my household, so that's a positive thing too. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is focus on the positive things in your life. Think about the things that you have instead of the things that you don't have. The things that you want or seem like you'll never get, make them goals, you know, try to keep them realistic, but make goals out of your life. Small goals that are attainable, and work towards them. That way you can just mark things off your list as you go. But don't let the rat race get you down. So I know this video probably was a little cut and dry for a lot of you, and they won't all be like this. There'll be some humor and some insight possibly. In the comments or in a video response, tell me a little bit about yourself, your day-to-day activities and the things that you do to keep yourself from getting into a rut, or if you've ever gotten into a rut, what you did to get back out of it. And like always, you can talk to me on Twitter or Facebook. I will see you next time. But I've been working on redesigning my office, so Otis, go away.